It's a beautiful summer morning. I came out to prune my abundance of zinnia flowers in my front yard. Someone passing by my home might believe I am selling cut flowers. I did not plant these beauties, but no one is complaining. I love that they simply reseed themselves every year. As we are in the hottest time of the year, my zinnias are struggling with mildew. They are very close to one another, so this is a recipe for mildew and disease. I know there are remedies I can explore. I hope that I can try some of them soon, but for now, they need a good deadheading. Deadheading your flowers is like a haircut. Your plants become thicker and continue to grow rather than dying back. So I am focusing on trimming off all the dull flowers or the ones that simply has no life left. I cut it in a way where it's closer to the next pair of leaves, and then I cut those stems off and just keep the head. The reason why I'm keeping the head is because they can reseed themselves, and I don't want too much zinnias growing here again next year. So I am just cutting off the ones that I no longer need, that looks dead or have no more life. They started turning brown. And I'm going to also save the seeds to the ones that I like the way that the head looks. So I'm trying to see if I can get my own zinnias and the one that I like the most to continue to grow here. I thought it would be a great idea to give my husband fresh flowers for his office area. Nothing too crazy, just red zinnias and garden sage. I want him to have a pop of color, but nothing too overwhelming because he likes it more on the simple side. Have you ever just wanted to plant something so bad, but you kept messing it up? That's a scenario with my corn. I over-soaked my seeds and only a few germinated. Then the wind blew my corn plants all over. And now these are the corns I got, but I'm still grateful. Because I was not satisfied with my corn, I decided to plant more. This time, not an heirloom variety like the last time, but a hybrid variety. I am a bit nervous because I always went by the rule that corn plants need to be knee-high by the 4th of July. I am hoping to be surprised in a good way. I would never know unless I actually try. So, I'm taking you guys on this journey with me. Instead of planting corn in the same area, I decided to clear a new area so I can have my corns planted there. I unintentionally ended up having a ground cover in this area, and there was holy basil that was growing there, but I have so much holy basil that I no longer need it. I also have a tomatillo which I will end up moving to a different area. And I'm just going to go ahead and just plant my corn there. I did some research and I did see that I can still plant corn for a later harvest. The corn I can get away with planting would be an early corn, one that matures quicker than the rest. Potential harvest date for this corn will be sometime in early October to middle October, and my potential first frost date will be at the end of October, early November. My preferred way to eating corn is roasted. I remember when I was a child going to town with my grandmother, and people were selling roasted corn, and it was the best thing ever. That was our fast food. So I look forward to roasting some corn this fall. So it's a few days later, the other day, I was planting the corn, and then my husband called me and told me that my water, but the faucet in my house that controls the water for outside was leaking, and it leaked all over my flooring in my house. And so we have to change that faucet. So I don't really have water to my backyard anymore right now, and so we changed that. I'm gonna go ahead and try to continue planting this corn that I did not finish planting. It's been very dry. We haven't had any rain. So these corns are all going in 1 foot apart. I'm finding a lot of garlic that I didn't harvest here. Look, oh my goodness. But I'm just gonna water everything in. I have to go back and forth to get water. It's not fun. But if there's a will, there's a way. I have to give these a lot of water because it's so hot. I think it's gonna be up to 96 degrees today, but feels like 106 or something. I'm gonna come outside every day and try to water this area. This is my first time growing corn this late because these corns were kind of a failure, and it's because like the storm knocked them over, and so they didn't it didn't pollinate properly. So a lot of my corn kernels they weren't all developed. Only some of them were. They were still good. They were just a little bit more starchier than the usual corn, but I like them. And I would definitely save those seeds. So I actually saved some to save the seeds for next year. So I'm gonna eventually pull these out because there's nothing here. I just didn't want to leave the area bare. So I'm just gonna leave it here for now. So off camera, I planted my corn in this bed right here, and then I planted some zucchini. This bed, I'm very afraid of planting stuff in it because I feel like I'm not on top of my garden the way I should up here because it's on top of a hill. See? Hill. See? So we'll see what happens. It's been very hot here. Even my apple tree is basically drying up. We had rain the past couple of days, so let's check on my corn. So since I planted the corn, the beans came up, and since I planted the corn, they look pretty good, the ones that are down here. Now let's go check on the ones that's on the hill. And the beans, they really surprised me. I didn't even know that they germinated already. So this is pretty awesome. This is the corn that's in the bed. Okay, don't look the worst. They don't look as big as the other ones do. One of them got bent. Oh no. There's something growing here. What are you? But yeah. So that's what it looks like so far. We got so much rain, so I'm so happy about that. We needed that rain. So if you're here still, I thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time.